and mutants. Don Post and his son, Don Jr., have been turning out thousands of faces that only a mother could love for 40 years. We went to their North Hollywood studios to get to know the real people behind the masks. Don Jr. started out our tour in a room packed with 4 decades worth of memories and a lot of somewhat spooky spare parts.
This, Sarah, is what we call our morgue. And this is where we keep all of our original molds from all of the characters that we've done, past and present. These are some of the older characters over here that we had done in the past. Some hands, masks of all different types.
While Don and I were sifting our way through the morgue, John Nolan, head of research and development, showed our camera crew around some of the more lively areas of the studio.
See, a mask is really and truthfully a sculpture that is worn over the head, very simply that. Bill is sculpting one of the Vulcan master characters from the Star Trek motion picture. Speaking of Star Trek, what do you think of this? A logical choice, don't you think?
Why do people wear masks?
You know, people have been wearing masks for thousands of years in order to act out their fears and their glory and their theology. And look at over here, Sarah.
Oh, no.
This is a full-body sculpture for the movie Coma. It was one of the bodies that was hanging around in the movie Coma.
Looks like Skip.
It lies very still.
Wake up, Skip. Doesn't move or anything.
No, it sits pretty still. It just hangs around in here.
Skip doesn't move much either. Bye.
Boo! This is another one of our masks, the Mummy 5000 BC. And if I look old and moldy to you, that's why we're here in the mold department. We're doing some very interesting things here. It's the Alien from the 20th Century Fox motion picture Alien. And these creatures will be made off the original sculptures in limited edition form for the true collector.
This mask here is about 40 years old. This mask has become infamous as the mask actually used by the robbers in the actual Brinks robbery.
This
particular character was used in that robbery. By the way, the FBI gets a copy of our catalog every year. In case a mask is used in a robbery, they can trace the source.
This is our Cowardly Lion mask. Pretty nice, huh? And this is the paint department. This is where the magic really starts to happen, where the characters start to develop their true three-dimensionality. Each of the masks is hand-painted using an airbrush.
This is our version of the Metaluna Mutant, a famous sci-fi character. It is purchased a lot by science fiction fans, and a mask like this might be worth $500 now since it's out of production and will no longer be made.
A face only a mother could love, you know?
That's right, a mother mutant.
This is our mad scientist. How do you like my hair? Speaking of which, that brings us here to the hair department. The hair that we use is a top-dyed wool, and it's glued in and layered with a special adhesive that's devised just for this purpose.
All cultures have had their masks. When you put a mask on, you are allowed to become a different person. You can act differently and more freely inside of a mask and express yourself in a different manner than you normally would. And it immediately brings that out in people. And we all need that.
Hi there. This is Tor Johnson, and he's one of our most popular masks. Tor Johnson was a wrestler in his days, and that brings us here to the pouring department, where we wrestle around these big molds that we pour these masks into. Each mold is filled all the way to the top with a liquid rubber, and then it's let to set for a certain amount of time. When it's emptied out, it leaves a skim of latex around the inside of the mold. We put that on these drying tables and allow them to dry for a specific amount of time. Then we take them and we pull out a finished mask. At this point, it's ready to go on to trimming and painting and right on out to the customer.
I hate to mention this, and I hope you don't mind, but why are they so ugly? Why are all the masks so ghoulish?
There must be something inside of us that makes us need this type of mask. Something inside of us, real people, that we have to get out.
Our tour ended with a peek at Don Post Studios' most gruesome creation ever. You'd better brace yourself for this one, folks, because it's a shocker.
How you doing? You want to meet the family?
Oh, I gotta tell you, that is really weird looking.
Which one? The one on the right or the one on the left?
The one in the middle.
Come on now. You must have been a beautiful baby. Hey, your turn.
Oh,
Your turn now. Come on.
a little closer.
A little closer?
A little closer.
Come on, here we go.